Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hi, this is Rico. I want to discuss the NBA versus NFL contracts. It's pretty insane, the gap between player contracts within the NBA. I see constantly average players in the NBA getting mega deals. For an example, I've seen a player get 3 years, $105 million, and he's just a solid player. In the NFL, that type of money will net you an elite franchise caliber player. Why do you think that is? Is it the smaller roster size for NBA compared to the huge roster of an NFL team? By the way, for context, NBA revenue in 2022 was $10 billion. NFL revenue was $18 billion in 2022. Thanks.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Quincy, the roster size is part of it. The other thing is back in the late 70s, the NBA was in trouble and they started marketing stars. So they kind of started marketing the game towards the players, and the players decided, we're going to kind of take control of that. and it swung that way.
And it's a numbers game too. Well, to add to your point, it's truly a numbers game because even in that example, I don't know if those revenue numbers are true. Those aren't the same ones that I have, but even then, roughly you could say the NFL makes about 2 times the amount of money as the NBA. But the thing is, the NFL has 4 times the amount of players.
Yep.
So those players who are getting that chunk of what is less money are getting a lot more of it because there's only 450 people in the NBA at a given time. There's 1,696 NFL football players that are getting paid in a percentage of that. So that it's just a numbers game, right? If you look at it, because the NBA, you need 11 guys on the team at most in the NBA. And in the NFL, it's 53 plus practice squad.
Right.
So,
you have 12, and then I think you can go up to three two-way players that you technically pay. So I think it's 15 contracts. But yeah, but
and then those guys could be two-way players, G League. Those are different contract rules. So
and the other thing is it's a percentage of the revenues that go toward them. So it's divided up. But there was a conscious effort by the NBA to market to the stars. The NFL is just now starting to. The players are just now starting to take control of that. Look at all the craziness with the guaranteed contract with Deshaun Watson.
Well, and it's also the factor of how much can an NBA player impact his game versus an NFL player.
Yep.
The most impactful player on the NFL team is a quarterback, and there's a whole half of the game, whole half plus special teams that quarterback has no impact on. You look at basketball. The guys who are getting paid a bunch of money, they're on the court playing defense and offense. They're just a huge part of what's going to make a team successful or not, that they're just going to be worth more in their cap situations. It's going to be easier to justify giving a basketball player that cap. We've never talked about, we talk about it with quarterbacks all the time. Oh, can you win a championship giving a quarterback 25% of your salary cap? Did we ever know what LeBron James's percentage of the salary cap was in Cleveland? It never mattered. It never did. I promise you it didn't. Because that's not a conversation in the NBA. You know that having a LeBron James is a lot better for your team than not having a LeBron James. In football, there's a little bit more math you could do to it. I still think having a good quarterback, much better chances of winning than not. But it's not the same impact where it's both sides of the floor and there's less players, significantly less players, 4 times less players playing in the league in total. So twice the revenue, but in order for NFL players to get the same money the NBA players are getting, they would have to make 4 times the money that the NBA makes. And I don't even know if there's enough money out there for that to happen.